mute my microphone like I thought I did. Anyway, hi. Hi. I planned to start at the usual time, 9 o'clock. But went and got to bed late, and I had to take a shower, and then Amelia wanted to watch TV, but gave up after like 20 minutes because she was too tired. So anyway, here we are. Yeah. I have 2 games to check out tonight, and then I'll either switch over to World of Warcraft or wrap it up, depending on how the evening goes and how long we play these games for. I don't intend to spend too much time on Fate's Theater because we did play the demo of this a while back. So there's that. So hi, Jenna. But yeah, that's what we have so far. Hope everybody had a good day. I spent most of the day in bed with a headache. Weather. So I didn't really get a whole lot of anything done. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, a sweater here after taking a shower, so hopefully I'm good. Okay. Alright, let's get started. That's not the. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. This is what I wanted. How to play. Misfortune Faye and the Fortune. Welcome to Fate's Theater. Click this box to continue. I hope it gives me the one. I don't know how to play. This is your fairy Fortune. This is your rival fairy Misfortune. Both fairies vie over mortal fates. In Fate's Theater, mortals appear on stage as cards. These are your mortals. Hover over them to highlight their silhouettes. Peasant, bandit, blacksmith, horse, bard. These are Misfortune's mortals. Hover to glimpse theirs as well. Bard, horse, blacksmith, bandit, peasant. Fortune and Misfortune begin in equilibrium, but the balance is fragile. Notice how Misfortune glows with her color. That means she opens the scene. Each scene opens with the enchant phase where a fairy whispers boons or banes onto mortals. Since it's Misfortune's turn, let's watch whose fate she touches. See the small numbers she plays? They show the weight of boons or banes and where mortal's fate currently leans. Next comes the pair phase, where you would choose 2 mortals and bind their destinies. Your turn now. Your mortals are now revealed, so you may begin to shape their fate. Pick one of your mortals and drag it. And I moved it over there so that maybe she'll stop fucking going in the corner because she keeps knocking down the cover of the vent. Pick one and drag it onto one of misfortunes to bind their destiny. Two farmers sketch their perfect crops in candid scenes. These two mortals have now met. This text sets the stage for their tale. As you can see, the fate of the meeting is yet uncertain. Both fairies wish to write what comes next, so now begins the balance phase. In this phase, both you and Misfortune secretly stake favor to tip fate your way. Favor is a precious influence you spend to sway how fate unfolds. To your current favorite fairy, you may stake any amount up to what you possess. This number shows the current tilt before stakes are revealed. Boons and banes in play can shift it. Your aim is to make the balance lean your way, and you can do so by staking more favor than misfortune. Be careful, misfortune also holds favor and seeks to claim this fate herself. Both of you choose your stakes in secret without knowing the other's choice. Favor replenishes after each balance, and unspent favor carries over. Hoard it or spend it boldly, the choice is yours. Now choose how much favor to stake for this meeting. We'll do 3. Once both stakes are locked in, they are revealed. Now the tale is told. But actually, that's not what happened. The color of the fate wrote shows which fairy wrote it. If it is white, neither fairy claimed it. The losing fairy relinquishes her mortal. The winner keeps hers and gains a new mortal shaped by the fate revealed. The play ends when one fairy has no mortals left upon the stage. The balance phase ends in a tie. Both mortals return to their owners. Yeah. Okay. In Fate's theater, there's a third present yet unintroduced, Fate herself. Fate owns the stage and delights in disruption. She decides what cast enters the play. This is the effect Fate chose to open with. She brings a new one with every scene. Fate calls Vox Populi. Each fairy gains +1 favor per opposing mortal. These effects may aid or hinder either fairy. Fate favors drama, not fairness. Oh, and favor has just replenished for both fairies. This time is your turn to enchant the mortals. You may enchant any mortal you see, yours or misfortunes. Split your enchants or heap them upon one unlucky soul. Boons and banes linger upon mortals until they meet, ready to tip the balance when fate is weighed. Choose any mortals you wish. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Whoopsie. I can't undo it. You now know how Fate's Feelers play. The stage is yours. Oh, and you can hasten the play by holding the spacebar. The scene will continue with Misfortune's paraphrase, Brigleg. A horse stops to listen to a bard's sweet tune. Oh, they didn't do any, and I just spent all of that. Now singing along beneath the bright moon. Fate calls blackout. Mortals are hidden in this scene. Oh, Jesus. Okay. A weary smith leaned on his horse, feeling the strain. Oh, okay. Nobody won. No, that's not what happened. Fate calls Echo. Peasant gets blacksmith's enchants. Okay. A bandit steals a wizard's hat while quickly passing through. Oh. It fuses tight and fries his brain. His face turns stiff and blue. Fate calls Chorus. Horse and blacksmith combine their enchants. There are leftovers. There's dinner. The horse spoke of treasure, easing all his pain. Alright. Fate calls Foresight. Misfortune gains 6 favor if next balance draws. Okay, well, hopefully that doesn't happen. The blacksmith and horse again. Yeah, we're gonna go all in. I don't want it to be a draw. Nice. I get another pirate, I think. Yeah. Fate calls Harvest. All favor doubles. So much. Bandit robs a peasant's cart on a lonely country track. Damn. The peasant's plague-ridden goods ensure he won't come back. Oh no. Undead. Fate calls Harvest. All favor doubles. Oh, he shot a barbarian. Peasant watches a pirate digging in his field. I'm not doing so hot. And finds out that corpses make the richest yield. Pirate swap side with peasant. Okay, rude. Bandit meets a barbarian strong. His head rolls down the mountain. The meeting didn't last long. Guard. Tree of Misfortune's favor turn to Pirate's Bane. Barbarian gets lost in a peasant's wheat. But actually, that's not what happened. Fate calls Grand Entrance. Balance winner's new mortal arrives with 1 enchant. Okay. The skeleton strums a mournful tune. Wasted 5 of my favor for that. The music's so good, it blooms a spring in June. Oh, we got a druid. Neat. Fate calls Hyperbole. Fortune enchants a single mortal for +6. What? Spirit seeks a steed when midnight's bell does toll. I used a lot.
Yeah.
But finds instead a hearse that claims its final soul. Ooh, demon. Fate calls interact. Refilled favor disappears. What? Pirate asks a druid for directions. Astray. The druid shares his knowledge. Now pirate knows the way. Oh, I got a horse. Calls doppelganger. Bard becomes guard.
I mean, I try.
Hi. It's okay. A guard's horse stumbles on patrol. Seems to take a fall. And lands on spikes below that line the castle wall. Plot armor. Newly enchanted mortals can't be paired. Okay. How was your day? Guards stare at a barbarian flexing muscle hands. Then signal for archers to drop him where he... Dang. Okay. Every peasant gets +3 boon. A demon hides, possessing the oldest oak a forest had. Stop. A demon hides, possessing the old. I read that already. Gets used to being grumpy ent, which doesn't seem too bad. Oh, I got an ogre. Grand entrance. Balance winner's new mortal arrives with 1 enchant. Okay. Peasant drops his turnips when a king rides by. The king bends down to catch them and helps bake turnip pie. Oh, we gotta cook. Fortune gains 17 favor if next balance draws. Oh my god. Okay. An ogre enters a blacksmith's forge with club held firm and tight. Ah. Oh well. Even if I dumped all my favor in, it wouldn't have been a tie. Seems the smith's remains won't put up any fight. I'm dead. Mortals are hidden in this scene. A barbarian seeks armor, but a smith has only metal chain. So he wraps it round his throat to end his pain. Cleric. Bard gets undead enchants. Okay. Cook and bandit. A masked thief empties pantries all along the street. Just borrows recipes for grandma's birthday treat. Which? Misfortune enchants 1 point less.
Both of them.
A cleric reads a prayer over a witch's malicious brew.
No.
The potion bubbles. Oh man, now it cures and blesses too. Oh, I got a guard for that one. Cook gets undead's enchant. A skeleton wanders into a kitchen's steamy heat. Steamy heat, you say? The soup keeps boiling hot. Chef's arm, its special treat. Ew. Newly enchanted mortals can be paired. A zombie wanders into a druid's herb plot. The druid offers him a comfy place to rot. Oh, I got slime. When you get do you think we should still fortune chance 2 points more. Nice. A peasant song wakes undead bones. Damn, Yarkus. They thank him for the waking, then use his ribs for xylophone. Mortals are hidden from the scene. A blacksmith pulls an arrow from a guard's knee with care. Oh, how sweet. Were they roommates? No, Boo, they weren't roommates. It's later. Inserts a polished, shiny one. A standard uniform repair. What did I get? What did I get? Oh. Hero. Fortune enchants minus... Okay, 1 less point. No, this time.
Oh no.
A guard finds witches' brooms all hidden in a town. No, no, no. He mounts one for a test and plummets crashing down. A pixie. Fortune cannot wager favor. God damn. Zugzwang. Can I help you, ma'am? Can I help you? Can I help you? A guard slips on a slime while making his rounds. Oh, right, I can't wager. Okay. Boo Boo, stop. Boo Boo! Can you get out of here, please? Get out of here. The slime seeps down his throat. None hear the drowning sounds. Okay, gains 2 favor if balance. Such a roar. Boo Boo, can you stop?
It's
Nala, what are you doing?
tunnel vision on.
Honey, what are you doing? Honey, come here. What are you doing? Here. Boo Boo. Here. Can you not? You're rubbing all over my keyboard. No, I didn't. Wasn't trying to do that. Oh, innkeeper. Cleric. Lots over time. New fates revealed 23. Hi Ava, thank you for your lurk. I'm gonna try again. No. Fortune goes first. It's free. A peasant haggles prices at a blacksmith shop. Spends all his coins and then sees the prices drop. Oh, a hermit. Okay. Enchant plus. Okay, I got an extra enchantment point, so that's nice. Oh, horse first. Horse. 2 horses meet beneath the moon's soft gleam. They form a herd, become a team. We got abandoned now. All favored doubles. Okay. A lonely hermit stumbles upon a lost horse. Wow. It trampled him flat without any remorse. Fortune gains 11 favor if next balance is a draw. Okay. That would be nice. A bandit pales as an innkeeper holds his wanted face. Oh, okay. Oh well. You've got 3 matches waiting. This ends a dating space. Demon. Favor refills by 3 more. Nice. A bandit robs a peasant's cart on a lonely country track. Oh, yeah. Damn. You dumped so many points into that. The peasants play grid and goods and sure you won't come back. Grand entrance balance winners. New mortal arrives with 1 enchant.
Yep. Well, you gotta change.
A peasant shares old tales no bard has heard before. Probably don't need that many, but whatever. Now ballads of his village bring tourists to the shore. Blacksmith gets blacksmith enchants. A demon lord appears where a hermit counts his prayer beads. Aw, oh, dang. The beads are made of human teeth. They share the same dark deeds. Bender. Okay. Misfortune can only pair mortals who enchants tilt toward fortune. You okay? A blacksmith mends a tavern's tap that leaked with every pour. Okay, honey. Okay. Free drinks till death's his payment. Couldn't ask for more. Balance winners new more one in. Ooh. What's the matter? Innkeeper orders special mugs from a vendor's knick-knack store. Sick. The mugs keep ale ice cold and even ask if you want more. We got a mimic. Fortune chance 2.1. Says it. Boo! Oh my god, please. What? Bandit means a barbarian strong. What's wrong? On treats? A little bit, okay? His head rolls down the mountain. The meeting didn't last long. Way less. Let's see. A hermit's meditation finds a strange chest-shaped spot. Let me out of here. She was here and I was petting her and she You've seen him in it.
Yeah.
I think she's also seen the video of him with the bag on her. The mimic enters in and transcends a lot. Oh, I got a tinkerer. Okay. A barbarian rages in an innkeeper's tavern. Oh, I didn't wager any points. Whoops. I got an achievement for it though. Now sleeps forever in the cellar's private cavern. Oh, a dragon. Oh, man. A dragon's flame engulfs a smithy, melting steel with ease. So, not putting any points in. The smith now crafts a throne of swords where kings may rest their knees. King Misfortune cannot wager favor. Yes, I know. I only need to put 3 in because they can't. Actually, 4, so then I win. A pirate sneaks past a city guard's watchfly because they can't do any. And 4 will make it so that I have 1 point. I win the tilt! Pirate sneaks past the city guard's watchful eye. The guard admires his parrot and lets him sail by. Mimic swaps enchants with Bard. Okay. A zombie attends a king's grand ball. Oh, nope, I'm losing. Arm falls and punch. Contamination for all. Gross. Bard becomes barbarian. Oh no. Okay. Abandoned meets the barbarian strong. Do you want to check? They're under the rice. Huh? Okay. His head rolls down the... I'm never gonna win that one. To see what the other thing is. Barbarian swaps enchants with Tinkerer. A barbarian examines a tinkerer's strange device. Well, that didn't happen. All favorite doubles, okay. A wraith sees a chest, a mimic's disguise. Oh my god, are you serious? I'm just gonna achievement that says witness 2 ties in a row. God, wasted all my points just for a fucking tie. Refilled favor disappears. Okay, that sucks. A barbarian examples a tinkerer's strange device. Close. Invents a new weapon. It hits very nice. Oh wait, ogre. Nice. Favor refills by 1 less. Ugh. A bandit teams with an ogre brute to waylay forest carts. The ogre keeps the loot and eats the bandit's vital parts. Oops. All favor halves. Ugh, okay. A vendor sells strange junk, a blacksmith eyes with doubt. Do it all, do it all. But no, that's not what happened. Refilled favor disappears, so I have nothing. A night guard dozes off as strange machines appear. But no, that's not what happened. Very swap turn order. A bandit steals blueprints from a tinkerer's drawer. I need to use my points. I guess I did, but whatever. Returns with funding offers knocking at the door. Vendor. Blacksmith gets +1 boon, vendor gets +1 vein. Pirates board a merchant ship with cutlasses drawn high. This one. The Kraken's drawing near. Today they all shall die. Got a dragon for that one. 3 enchant. A vendor's strange barrel devours what hits the ground. He feeds it rival merchants. Best prices now around. A bandit sees a dragon with scales gleaming bright. That's just a new statue. No reason for fright. Oh, a giant. Cool. Fortunate chance a single mortal for +5. Hell yeah. Oh. Succubus whispers dark temptations to a giant in a giant's ear. And they didn't even spend any points. Her soothing voice is therapy. His troubles disappear. Oh, I got Hermit for that one. Okay. Counselor's new mortal arrives with 3 enchant. A blacksmith pulls an arrow. Okay, we read that one already. I think I got this one already. Then shoves it through his eye. Much easier to repair. What? Jeez. 1 point less. Come on. A guard inspects a vendor's suspicious looking wares. Each purse was made of human skin. No witness, no one cares. Disgusting. Ogre. Bandit becomes innkeeper. I feel like these games never end. And I swear that they said something in like patch notes at some point that like it just feels like this game is supposed to be short and it goes on forever. An ogre stumbles upon a giant's lair. I think I felt the same way in the demo. I don't think I ever finished a game in the demo. The giant shares his bed and cuts the ogre's hair. Aw, they were roommates. Each fairy gives +2 favor per opposing mortal. Yeah. This game alone has been 30 fucking rounds. A wraith walks into a bustling inn. Actually, that's not what happened. Every vendor gets +3 Bane. Damn. A zombie visits a tinkerer's shed. Gets a new arm and a fancy new hat. All favor halves. Awesome. I'm not gonna waste any of my points on this because I wouldn't win anyway. Even if I put the max amount of points, they'll still win by 1. So. A mimic lurks among a tavern's barrels of brew. Well, that explains the tavern's missing crew. Hero. Very swap turn order. I already won this one. True wisdom strikes while being chewed. I am the meal, he thought. Oh, hook. A giant lifts a giant clock that seems a bit too small. Not what happened. The giant grips a knight and squeezes tight. Just fixing awful posture. Now his spine sits right. Card. Okay, we get 2 more enchant points. The tinkerer gives a a machine that can chop and slice. The chef now serves him meals at half the normal price. It's a +4 favor if next balance draws. Pirate opens a mimic chest, eager for a peek. And finds not snapping teeth, but a buddy who can speak. Demon gets +3 boon, guard gets +3 bane. A demon spawns in town and drags a guard to hell. The guard fits right in. He tortured prisoners too well. Turn to Giant's Bane. An innkeeper orders special mugs from a vendor's knick-knack store. Okay. Please waste all your points. Good chunk of them. Designed to curse the guests to never leave his tavern door. Guard swaps enchants with Giant. Pirates board a merchant ship with cutlasses drawn high. They wasted my points, but whatever. Yeah, they're not putting in any. But see the clearance price is low, decide they'd rather buy. Okay. I got a cleric. A cleric. Favor refills by 2 less. Great. witch tests a potion on a giant scraping sky. I'm not gonna even bother because I could put in all my points and still not win. Makes more sense to just save them. The potion works. He bursts and floods the villages nearby. Oh, elemental. Okay. Fortune gets 6 favor. Yeah, bitch. A water spirit flows past where a cleric prays. Wow, okay. I really thought that they weren't putting any points into that. Holy drowning ends his most devoted days. Fortune gains plus 14 favor if next balance draws. Ooh. A night guard dozes off as strange machines appear. There. These wake-up bots bring coffee when dreams are drawing near. Mortals are hidden in the scene. Two rival pirates clash on the open sea. Actually, that didn't happen. Okay, balance winner gains 3 favor. Oh, excuse me. Two guards from rival kingdoms meet at the borderline. Both fall to arrows. Neither saw the bandit up a pine. Fortune cannot wager favor. Of course. Storm elemental threatens a pirate ship with howling gales. Can't do anything. It grants their wish to fly, then feeds them to the whales. Alright. I am going to surrender here. I have ads coming here in a few minutes, or actually a few seconds, so I'm gonna throw up the BRB and run the ads, and then we'll be back to try the demo for All Will Run. The river is a god, and they killed her. It's time for ordinary people to hold them to account. Welcome to the demo of All Will Rise, about taking a corrupt billionaire to court for a river's murder. Manage your team, mix with eco-terrorists and godmen, go on missions to unlock and upgrade cards, build your deck, follow leads, and find allies. This is a game in development made with rage and joy by a small team passionate about making meaningful games for a burning world. That key for Bates Theater and the key for this demo are courtesy of Keymailer. So those are also the links if you want to check out either of those games. All Rise does not have a release date yet, and they do have a Kickstarter going right now that goes until the end of the month. Team Opus, 4 a.m., the day before closing arguments. Your Honor, the time is now. The place. You're slouching. Shh. She's in the zone. The what? That's what she calls it. The zone. You two are not helping. Can we focus, please? Tomorrow is the most important day of all of our lives. Well, the birth of my children is perhaps... sorry, please continue. Not just our lives, for all of Missouri's. Yeah, Missouri's. Trying to sound like a full supervillain in court. Just a suggestion. Joyce, nothing like her name. Shintu's a complete sweetie. What can I say? I love my team. They both look tired, but what are we doing? But what we're doing here, it's important. We spent 8 months convincing Muziri's High Court that the River Perrier deserves the right of legal personhood. Make the river a legal person. Unlocked. Okay. If we win, we could hold governments and corporations to account in a new way. Well, life returns to the river. If we lose, then everything stays the same, and one day our dying river will be dead. It all comes down to closing arguments tomorrow. They like that buckle. I need to focus on one advantage that giving the river legal personhood has over the current regulatory framework. I don't have time to explain them all in court, but I can't decide which claim I should make. Maybe we should go with your instincts? Or you could be strategic and play to your strengths. Choose a claim that represents your Kuyili's personality and capacities. The card will determine which emotion Kuyili deploys in her closing argument tomorrow. The right to sue. Mine's is detail-oriented, cerebral, and detached. Community guardianship. Hearts is compassionate, open-minded, and hedonistic. Flow. The right to flow. Guts is assertive, egotistical, but always ready for a challenge. I think we're gonna go with one. We should center the voices and experiences of the people who have the ancient ties to the river and depend upon it. To just even have heartstrings to tug on. Shintu yawns magnificently and then immediately looks apologetic. I think that's her cue to get some rest. See you tomorrow. In court. Remember, Kuyili, all you have to do is win. That's it. Just win. Muziri's High Court. Final day of the trial. This case could set a legal precedent. Let the river protect itself. My hands feel numb. I can't remember a single line of my closing argument. Get yourself together, Kuyili. I turn to the crowd assembled in court. Shintu gives me a little thumbs up. Joy raises an eyebrow, and I feel a sudden sense of calm anticipation. Like Joy said, all I have to do today is win. Oh. Card battles are one of the core mechanics of All Will Rise. Play cards to tell stories and change your opponent's perspective. Playing cards changes both of your emotional energies, hearts, minds, and guts. This court was assembled 8 months ago to decide the fate of the River Perrier. This trial has attracted interest not only from our local community and press, but nationally, even globally. And let me assure you all that external pressures will have no impact on this court's judgment. Let us remind ourselves of the situation at hand and the facts already in evidence. The river is in danger. We submit that the Perrier is being polluted with industrial runoff choked by sewage. Agricultural waste. pesticide pollution. The court accepts the precarious state of the river Periyar. The causes of the situation have been proven to us. But what is the remedy? That is what we will decide here today. I will now hear your closing argument. Connect claim cards to each other to tell stories. These cards also affect emotional energies, minds, hearts, and guts. Find a claim that connects to the river is in danger in your hand and drag it to the board. Our river needs protection. The river dies, the city of Uziris dies, our history dies. We cannot allow this to happen. I yield my turn. Advocate, please continue. Telling stories. Connect claims to make stories in causal chains, causes flow into consequences. Play claims that are causes above another claim and play consequences below. And play claims that connect to claims already on the board. Okay. In this country, corporations have legal rights of personhood. They can enter contracts, sue for their rights, act independently. Is a corporation more of a person than a river? Is it truly more alive? Arguments are goals to achieve in card battles. Play cards to satisfy their unique requirements. To make this argument, tell a story that connects the river is in danger to life returns to Periyar. But facts alone will not convince your opponent. You must max out one of the judge's emotional energies, minds, hearts, or guts. Okay. Find the polluters. Existing laws allow us to levy fines on corporations who flout environmental standards. Last year, the court fined a corporation 1,000 rubles. Was that it? I think rubles for hold on. No. Hold on. Rupee, I think. Maybe? Hold on. I have to double check something. Saw something definitive about where this was set. Here? Maybe it was on the Kickstarter page. Oh, I had that. Please. I think it's rupee. Okay, anyway. Last year, the courts find a... Oops. We can discourage pollution and noncompliance without fundamentally altering our legal framework. I missed what she said, so that sucks. Well, that's not what I wanted. The judge is building towards an opposing argument. I should look for opportunities to stop her from delivering it before my own argument is ready. Okay. This court talks of fines, but fines do not compare to corporate profits. We need entirely new instruments to protect the river. We will appoint community guardians to represent the river's rights. Decisions must be made by people who are most affected by them, people who depend on the river for survival, who have worshipped the river for generations. Our regulatory bodies are underfunded and riddled with corruption. We don't need new laws. We must give our institutions the capacity to enforce the ones we currently have. Ugh. I have to find a way to stop them from making their argument. Want to undo a card's emotional effects? Get in the way of an opponent's argument. Use denial cards to negate low credibility claims on the board. Okay. This court has made empty promises about enforcement before. We refuse to accept this claim without more proof. Your objection is sustained. Continue your argument, advocate. Heart's on fire. The judge's eyes suddenly light up. I can sense that this is my moment. I have deliberately roused her empathy. Her heart is open to my argument. The existing laws have failed us. We need a hopeful new approach. Why should this court not lead the way? Not just for our river, but for all of India, and indeed the world. Let's see, there we go. I swear to this court, if you grant the Periyar the right of legal personhood, life will return to the river. We need a hopeful new approach. Your Honor, the time is now. The place is here. Let us make history in this courtroom today. The judge bangs her gavel into the sudden silence. I'm ready to make my verdict. Light changes. Each mote of dust in the air seems to stop in suspense. There's no easy thing to change the very foundations of our legal system, to enact an entirely new framework of rights. But Advocate Kuyili's compassionate arguments cannot be denied. I commend her sensitivity and heart. And rhetoric cards. These cards have game-changing effects which combine with each other. They don't end your turn, so play them before claims. Heart like river doubles heart effects of surrounding claims. The judge makes a legal truth out of what the people of Muziris already know. From henceforth, the river Periyar is a legal person. Nice. Card reframed. The river is a legal person. Courtroom erupts. We won. I hear joy in Shintu's shouts louder than all the others. We won. The world has changed for the better, just a little bit, because of us. Reality is more malleable than we think. Don't forget that lesson. Four months later. We're halfway through the grand opening of Resilience Tower when smoke pours over the horizon and the sky turns bright orange. Fire! Fire! Is it the tower? A bomb? Fireworks gone wrong? Is it the tower? The headquarters of the multinational conglomerate invading my city is sadly not burning. No, wait, it's the water. What? The river is on fire. The river burns. Then reality tears open. But the specters of the dead leap out of the water. Oil-slicked birds and pearl spot fish swim amongst the horrified crowd. Mangrove trees wrenched their roots up to escape the flames. Ah! Hello, Cold Ham. Hello. What were you playing? Oh, Resident Evil Requiem. Ooh, are you having fun with that? I know it's the new one. I have not played a single Resident Evil game. Hope you're having a good time. Thank you for the raid. We are just checking out the demo of All Will Rise, which has a Kickstarter running through to the end of the month. Nice. So you can go ahead and check that out there. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, there's no date for the release of the game, but the demo is out right now until the 22nd, and like I said, the Kickstarter is running until the 28th. So if you want to do that right there. Oh, excuse me. If you're new here, my name is Mixed Mary Moon. I'm a variety streamer who currently does crafting and stuff on Fridays and games on Saturdays. Um, yes, that's what we're doing today. We played some Fates Theater. Which we had played the demo for a while ago, and then I actually got the key for the full game to check out. So we're checking out the demo for Rise. If you are not following Culty and you really should. Such a chill vibe over there always. Alright, let's see. Can other people see them? I must be hallucinating or I reach out. Reach out with him. A crocodile snaps its jaws at me playfully, teeth leaving bright sparks on my skin. Voice from the crowd. Look, oh god, look, there's oil on the water. How did that happen? Oil spill. Oh no. The crowd bristles and seethes. People are afraid, but we're also angry. People are afraid, but we're also angry. We can't stay by and watch the world burn any longer. So this is like a deck building game, kind of, but like it's a very interesting gameplay. So yeah. The ghosts from the burning river slither up Resilience Tower, the dead of the ecosystem haunting the murderer. I want to get away. I want to party. I want to destroy something. Oh, I want to party. Lose myself in other bodies. Be reconstituted in shared ritual. No. Do I? Yes. No, I want to scheme. I want to scheme. No, I want to scheme. Drink too much caffeine. Make a list of questions. How did this happen? Who's responsible? There's so much to know, and I want it all. I text my team. The river's on fire. Let's make them regret it. I speak for the river. My smile is a blade that matches the shape of my heart. Oh, yeah. This is going to be fun. Oh, inappropriate joy. For 2 turns, gain 3 heart whenever a claim reduces your heart. She's late, but she's hungover. Joy. She's probably up late making plans. Drowning her sorrows. Or getting into trouble. And who'll have to clean it up? Us. Again. They both startle at my sudden arrival to the office and send some papers flying. Good. I need them on their toes. You really love me, Joy. Shinju, you're too sweet sometimes. Good to know my honor is well defended in my absence. Told you she'd come in fired up. So, what did you get up to last night, fearless leader? Be honest. Professionalism is bourgeoisie and worse, boring. Takes so much energy to wear a mask. So glad you asked. I drop a thick stack of files, notes, and bits of string. Oh dear, I did go a bit overboard. Did I go a bit overboard last night? On the table. You did all this last night? Emotional energies. You will gain and lose energies as you do missions, make choices, and play cards. Build them up to develop different aspects of Kuyili's. Oh my god, I can read. Kuyili's personality. Mine's is detail-oriented, cerebral, and detached. Hearts is compassionate, open-minded, and hedonistic. Sorry, the yellow is hard to read on the white for me. Guts is assertive, egotistical, but always ready for a challenge. Told you. Does that mean I win the bet? Alright. Enough nonsense. Open a packet of biscuits. Open 2. Why not? We have a lot of work to do. When can this be happening? We won the case. Someone's bringing life back to the river. Aww. Look, this is a setback, but a setback? If the river really was a person, she'd be dead. Wait. Hold on, honey. No, Shinju, she needs to hear it. Yes, I do. Say that again, Joy. If the river was a person, she'd be dead? Happy now? Wait, she has that look in her eye. Since the river is legally a person, let's put the people responsible on trial for her murder. Can we really do that? Another court case? Why not? We have research, legal precedents, contacts. You see the vision, shouldn't you? It would send a warning shot through every corporate boardroom in the world. Exactly, boss. I'm not your boss. We're a non-hierarchical workplace based on mutual cooperation and affinity. Huh. Whatever you say. Brazilians eroded this coastline, changed the sea currents. Now the river's on fire. We need to stop their port expansion. Let's put the vice president of resilience on trial for murder. First, we need to establish that the river is in fact dead. River is dead. Card reframed. I mean, it's obvious to anyone with eyes. The oil spill. We all saw it. Proven. Credibility updated. But where did the oil come from? We need to find out. The fire on the river was terrible, but the oil spill is a catastrophe in its own right. We should help the citywide cleanup. Because it's an opportunity for us to win over allies? Joy. No. Because it's the right thing to do. Exactly right. But if we happen to build a little momentum for our murder trial while primarily helping people, then all the better. Also, people are flocking to a woman called Kadavai who claims she speaks for the river god. Oh, really? And what's she selling? Face cream? A line of supplements? I'm not saying she doesn't have her own agenda. But we shouldn't get so caught up in the court case that we forget our struggle against resilience is a spiritual one. Okay. Codify leads a Lamb, an alcohol-fueled nighttime ritual of ghosts, spirits, and gods in the sacred grove nearby. Corporate cleanup. Resilience will be out in force dealing with the oil spill, trying to make themselves look like saviors rather than villains. Oil spill and shipyard. The migrant workers' camp is not as tied into the social fabric of Missouri. In the absence of infrastructure, we practice mutual aid. I feel like cleanup operation here is well funded because of wealthy business interested, but they must use a hand. Let's go. Let's do this. That's very upset right now. Hang on, what should I do? Oh, I don't know, brother. Okay, well, let's send you both to this. Oh no, you go to that. Be careful out there. The cleanup operation at the port is well equipped. The workers wear respirators, rubber boots, and gloves, all predominantly emblazoned with the Resilience logo. Join the locals at the beach. There are dark mutterings about the port expansion and the possibility that oil spills will be a regular occurrence here in Missouri. Anger at Resilience is at an all-time high. Whether they're actually responsible matters a lot less. Right now would, in fact, be the perfect time to launch a high-profile campaign about a prospective murder trial. Disruptions in the status quo can be turned into opportunities for lasting change. Trust. Build trust by doing missions and delivering certain arguments in card battles. Building trust matters. People are more willing to talk to you and your words hold more weight in court. High trust unlocks powerful rhetoric cards and overcomes some denials. It will take at least a week, if not more, for the construction work to resume. We shouldn't let this chance slip away. Untold devastation +1 to all surrounding oil spill claims. Really. The smoke from the burning river sits over the city like a miasma, adding a toxic thickness to the summer heat. It's Friday, but there's still so much to do. We could work the weekend, says the person who just burned out and got back from medical leave. Joy's right. We have to pace ourselves. Besides, looks like you two got a lot done yesterday. Oh, I ended up meeting your dad in the street and had coffee with him. He says you should visit soon. Ugh. I'll come when I can. You should visit him at least once a week. He's not getting any younger. None of us are. Yes, death is the specter that haunts us all. Thanks, team. Good chat. Oh, thank God there was a success. Let me guess. People are bored, angry, and haven't been paid? Resilience has all but abandoned the migrant workers camp in the shipyard. I helped distribute food parcels. Okay. Let's see. Let's meet Kodavai. Eat a biscuit before you go. There are fires lit in the sacred grove. My nostrils fill weed smoke, fermented alcohol, scented flowers left out too long. Over there, a pile of coals glowing red, awaiting a show of abandoned devotion. People slither out of the shadows. The crowd cries out in welcome. I feel unsettled, anticipatory. Crowd cries out in welcome. The ritual hasn't even started yet, and they're already in a trance. The drummers drive the beat faster and faster until silence opens up and Kadavai steps into the light. Her face is ritually painted and her fingers flicker with flame. She begins to dance. Set Kadavai's... What is that? I don't remember what that... Guts on fire. Okay. River God is angry. When a village is cursed with sickness or drought, they hold a Thayam, a folk ritual where the performer is possessed by their local god. The god speaks to them and communicates what must be done to placate their anger. Placate. Each village and community has their own gods and their own ancient stories, but Kadavai breaks tradition and tells a new story. I'm the river goddess of Muziris. A false god has been invited into Muziris, and it calls itself Resilience. People jeer. One of her followers brandishes a red painted sign with the letters RIG for Resilience Investment Group. This unnatural new port is a temple to this god of greed. She plays the story out with her body, drawing audience members into unexpected roles, miming excitement, fear, lust, desperation with her painted face. Eating up the earth, changing the very currents of the sea, dirtying the air and fouling the water. Disrespectful entity, brash and vulgar, throwing nature out of balance. Resilience feasted on my city, growing strong as I grew weak. They tried to burn me out, but I am the heart of Muziris, even in death. Those who worship me, rise up against this false god. Crowd moans, in fear, in ecstasy. Reclaim Muziris, or we will all burn. In card battles, conversations go back and forth. Hey, Durbin, for a limited number of turns. Play rhetoric or denials first. You can play multiple per turn and combine them. Play claims last, they end your turn. Make as many arguments as you can before your turns end, but if you can't, come back next week and try again. Okay. And turn goodbye. Depending on where. Yeah, I definitely want this. So delighted at my inappropriate joy that she dances close and whirls me into her embrace. We have to find a way to look at horror and hold us joyously, yes. Perhaps you and I can truly... I don't hear the end of the sentence because someone else catches her eye and she darts away to deliver some vital proclamation or perhaps a rebuke. Mm. Oh, I guess I didn't put that in the right spot. Help me hold resilience accountable for the oil spill. Even if you find all the proof in the world, they have money and power on their side. The rich and powerful own reality itself. The truth doesn't matter. While on board, +1 guts to all spiritual claims. With a shout, Codify spins towards the lit coals, dancing across him like they're warm sand. The crowd roars. In that moment, the river god is amongst us. We witness miracles. Biggest criminal. Are we the ones sucking the city dry in the name of the shareholders' profits? Are we eroding the coastline, saving the livelihoods of fishermen and farmers? No. We're doing well, Durban, by the way. Resilience is the true criminal. Okay. Good. No, I don't acknowledge the legitimacy of your court. God damn it. You are not worthy. Denies any claim. Removed if trust reaches 10. Awesome. Capitalism eats the world. This is not going well. Nature has limits. Capitalism does not. The system is leading us toward planetary disaster, ecological collapse. Okay. Whoever was murdered has a right to be angry. Yes, exactly. Those who stand by and do nothing, like you. She spins and whirls, points fingers of fire accusation at random members of the crowd, her laugh sharp and bright. Yes, you and you and you. You will all face the dead god's anger. Okay. People have power. Whoever is a legal person. Spotify is the river, a vast rolling, rushing, roiling thing bearing all of us along in her rapids. I don't want to put it there. All connections are occupied. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a break here because Gwen is literally not chilling out here. Hopefully this is not become a whole thing. But I'm gonna put up the BRB and hopefully not be gone for too long. audacity to help myself to the smallest edible because it's already after midnight. Waiting for our ice bombs to freeze. Didn't. I put them in too late. Plan was to have a whole one and see what happened. It's too late now. Can't do that. Anyway. You're still here. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry about that. We're gonna play this for a little bit longer. No, you're very proud of one of your quirkies, aren't you? This feels like a trick question. I didn't. Huh? Didn't quite work out as I'd hoped. And all it took for you to realize was the river bursting into flames. Your legal drama is the definition of operation successful, patient died. Ouch. Time to resist. Guts on fire. Kuyili's guts are on fire. When Kuyili maxes out any one of her emotional energies, she can play powerful rhetoric cards to quickly turn the tables. On fire states are sticky. Kuyili will stay at 40 in this stat until the weekend or until another energy goes on fire. Comrades, the rich and powerful have already have us beaten, broken, and enslaved. Some of us are enslaved by misery and exhaustion, others with material goods and distracting technology. Are we waiting for them to stop? For someone else to save us? There's no one coming. There's no end to this sickness and madness. Only we can end it. Out of turns. Fuck. Who are you? Who are you? Where did you come from? Her makeup is dripping in the heat of the fire, and her breathing is heavy with exertion. She considers for a moment and then decides to indulge my curiosity. The government seized our family's lands for a mining project. We went from freedom to wage slavery. My father and brothers all died of lung disease working in the mines. Dangerous secret. At the start of your turn, draw one additional card. I was recruited as a Naxalite as a teenager. I was trained in guerrilla tactics, carried out many successful operations. This is dangerous information to know. She reported to the police, leaked the information to the press. Keep her secret. I want to win her trust. She could be a powerful ally, and perhaps secretly I admire her determination to lose it all and come back so strong. In any case, I should consider my options for a while before I make such a significant choice. The night ends too early. Damn, there were more arguments I wanted to make. So much more I wanted to say and know. Oh well, it takes patience to get to know people. I'll just come back another time and try again. Interesting. Okay. This week went quickly. Any updates before we break? Yes. Dredging should happen every month to prevent silt buildup. No one has seen a dredger in at least 4 months. Irregular dredging. Continue. Oh, thank God. We found high levels of pesticide pollution in the sample. Weekend. Thank God it's the weekend. What can we do? Go into nature and level up. Go to a live show. Write letters to incarcerated activists. In the community garden. Devise a play. Visit a shrine. Chance to be cursed. Train for the snake boat races. Happy weekend. Doesn't surprise me that the children running wild on the streets of Missouri are a little god-touched. Their city is their mother. We decide to put on a play about death and resurrection, the powerful being torn down, a world with no adults. The powerful being torn down. One of them styles his fake beard in the style of Rishab and prances around with a towel thrown over his shoulders like an expensive scarf. Hilarious. I hope we don't get sued. Resting on the weekend will reset energies to each character's base level. Now that the team is rested, let's see how much weekend activities make them level up their baseline. Go forth. I like the little art, artsy pictures. They're so cute. A new week begins. It's time we thought through what arguments we're going to present at the murder trial. Enough flailing about at random. I love flailing about at random. Aw, you're finally getting on board. We need to be ruthless and clear-eyed. We need to play to our strengths and be wary of distractions. But we're part of the city. We can't just ignore people in need. Okay, let's focus on what arguments we're going to make and how we can strengthen them. We should first argue that the river is dead. We can find a lot of potential evidence for this. We just need to make sure it's strong. We should also make an emotive argument. The oil spill has caused immense community suffering. We still need an argument about who we hold responsible. Start by establishing the crime. We can get to that later. So, how strong are our current arguments? Not very. Review the arguments you're planning to make in court. Assess whether you have enough claims and connections and whether those claims have enough credibility. We don't. Should we focus on discovering more claims or strengthening the ones that we have? Why not both? Do you see our glaring weak link? The opposition can easily deny any hearsay or speculation. We should make sure that we should make sure we strengthen it to make our argument more convincing. There's some interesting new case law on ecocide, which is just a fancy name for murder. At the moment, many of our claims are speculation at best, though. Really, we'll just have to use rhetoric to make these claims more convincing. Or call witnesses, or actually find more evidence to strengthen these claims. We can also tie weaker claims to undeniable ones to strengthen their credibility. Oh yes, like the river burns. Let's make sure to use it strategically. Well, this is a depressing state of affairs, isn't it? You said it, not me. This is a more emotive argument, but it helps us establish that resilience has caused enormous harms to the people of Missouri. This is also our way of destroying resilience's social license to operate in Missouri. Use the trial as an excuse to make people hate resilience in their activities? It's sneaky. I like it. Exactly. We have to remember that what we're doing here is part legal trial, part PR spectacle, and part protest. Okay. 7 weeks till trial. Okay, let's get to specifics. Does someone want to volunteer to trial social media for potential leads? Okay. I'm really feeling the enthusiasm in the room. We should also investigate the port itself. Also, there's a fisherman you should really talk to. A real character. Knows all the good gossip. You should think about how you're going to approach him. Trauma dump. Steal a heart from an opponent equal to trust. Empathize. Immediate. Reapply one of the opponent's active things on board. Claims on board. Gain 2 trust. Oh, I can't because it's locked. Immediate. Draw any unplayable cards from your deck and play it. Oh, well, I guess I can. Whatever. I want to be able to say things that are unexpected. Great. I think you're ready to take on Shabir now. All right. Did that already.
Well, it's funny too.
Well, I don't. Maybe not. I'm gonna have to have him do it though because I don't have anything else for him to do. Let's go. We should go where we have the densest social connections. Go here. Let's go. Remember to wear your respirators. The smoke's toxic. I have extras to hand out to anyone I meet. Oh, good idea. Good luck, Kuyili. The universe smiles on that one. It's us mere mortals you should worry about. Fine, fine. Good luck to you and only you, Joy. Thank you. County Kamala is a string of lush and leafy small islands floating in the backwaters. The easiest way to get around is with a small canoe that's moored in front of the office, even on oil-slicked waters. The locals stay calm and move quickly. The tourists watch on in horror. Dense social connections and regular flooding and evacuation drills make it a good place to be stuck in a crisis. The sand of the beaches run black with oil. You can mistake it for blood. Dead fish and oil-soaked birds flop helplessly along the shoreline. Acrid smoke billows across the sky. Hand out safety equipment. The locals are cleaning up with their bare hands and whatever tools they have to hand. Frontline workers are highly likely to develop asthma in the years after a spill like this. Given how polluted the river is, God knows what's in the toxic smoke. Thankfully, we had a store of respirators and rubber gloves in the office. It gets harder to work after the sun sets, and some exhausted-looking government workers from the local counselor's office come by with coconut water and biscuits. Thank you for all your help today. It's time to go home and rest. Oh, placeholder art. Good advice. I'm exhausted. This spill will devastate this ecosystem, this community for decades to come, but every drop of oil we recover matters. Every animal saved. Think of that tonight. What you've done today truly matters. We need to find out more about how the oil spill happened. The captain of the oil tanker would be a useful witness. I have an idea of how to track him down. Let me guess, an excuse to go day drinking?
Yeah.
No comment. I found an official who was recently fired from the harbor engineering department. Would be a good idea to try and talk to someone who still works there as well. Oh, let's definitely look into that. Maybe talk to the dredging company as well. We should also think about how we can use the press for our campaign. God, do we have to? There's always more oil spill cleanup to do. The community will remember who showed up in its time of need. We should also balance revisiting our main contacts and exploring and investigating. Yes, we need to build those relationships. The more we discover, the more they'll have to tell us. Each card battle can be played once a week. Be strategic about who you choose to battle. Running out of cards to play in battles? Go on story missions to unlock new cards. Okay. Basic deck building. Want to make sure certain cards are in your opening hand? Open your card collection and pick up to 6 favorite cards. I went down a rabbit hole of ASMR unboxing videos. Bad news, no updates. Good news, I'm very refreshed this morning. Mutually assured destruction. In 3 turns, both players lose 20 guts. Risk management at the port. Success. One of the security guards decided I looked suspicious and threw me out. Oh well. That doesn't sound like a success to me. But whatever. Okay. Okay, send him to do that. Let's. Let me see. These will appear in your opening hand if they're legal at the moment. If not, they'll be drawn as soon as they become available. In this view, you can sort out your favorites by simply clicking on cards in your collection. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Have a great day, everyone. Port Authority offices are perched on an artificial island built up from the mud dredged to create the harbor it overlooks. The disgruntled Port Authority engineer meets me at a little tea stall to the west of the jetty. Cormorants dive under the water and emerge with silvery fish in their hooked beaks. She looks nervous. She looks like my Auntie Rosie. She looks like my Auntie Rosie. A formidable woman. Used to terrify me as a child. Hopefully the resemblance is only skin deep. Resilience has utterly mismanaged the port expansion from top to bottom. Port is mismanaged. Okay. And Rashab Rai, that empty suit, don't get me started on him. I don't think he's actually read any of my department's reports. I'm not even sure he can read. I love engineers. I've learned to love engineers. I had a yawn and nod vociferously. I love engineers. They're hard to anger, but when they do have a grievance, you can bet it's going to be thoroughly evidenced. Should I push for more, or is it too early? She's righteously angry with Resilience and with Rashab. Ask about her family instead. I married a widower with a young son. It surprised me how narrow-minded people can be. Genuine interest. The opponent gets to play 2 claims. And you gain 2 trust. My mind is wide open. People love to talk. Are you happy? Well, happiness. Difficult thing. I'm contented. That's more than enough. We chat a little longer, and she lets it slip that it's common knowledge that Resilience is willing to hire regulatory experts who give them favorable reports, and they pay well. I think she's in need of a friend, or at least someone to listen. It'll be a contact worth cultivating, so as I build my case. Hell yeah. The oil spill cleanup will be ongoing for weeks. We should help, but we can't lose focus on the case. Speaking of which, we should check the Port Authority archives for the oil tanker permit. Who approved this disaster? It wouldn't be a bad idea to start generating public support for a murder trial. Oh god, don't suggest a social media campaign. Does it build lasting movements? Real community? Maybe not, but it's cheap and effective. In case you're thinking of revisiting our main contacts, I dug up some of the old strategies I picked up in law school. Oh, boost credibility. These rhetoric cards boost the credibility of claims. Use them to string cards and make arguments in card battles. Nice. That's a reason. +1 silver credibility to all your surrounding claims. They can make your claims more credible. I think they'll be useful to you. Thanks, Joy. Sick. He raised concerns about the safety of the harbor and was fired soon after. I'm doing alright. Just had a really long, unexpected break because Gwen was having a tough time and wouldn't settle for Kevin. So we're playing this for a little bit longer, then I'm probably gonna wrap because it's already almost 1 o'clock and it's daylight savings time tonight, so do not forget. Yes, it is. Irregular dredging was updated to reasonable. Talk to dredging company. Oh, thank God. They blame Rashab's lack of knowledge about dredging opportunities for the problems in the port. Oh, nice. Right, because your birthday's coming up. Where did you go? Rashab is negligent. Credibility updated. They're also upset about how regular the port has been dredged. Oh, PF Chang's. I haven't been to PF Chang's in a long time. They have a vested interest in dodging responsibility for the oil spill, but still, good to know. Alright, let's see. Port need a permit. I'll have to search the Port Authority archives, to which I definitely do not have access. Okay. Tempura fried green beans. That sounds good. I love tempura like anything. Okay. I know she's gonna hate it, but I'm gonna make her do it anyway. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I've always wanted to try making tempura at home, but I just never have gotten around to it. Okay, card encounter. Why is everything always unclear with Shinto? Let's go meet Shabir. Yeah, it kind of is. Remember to reapply your sunscreen, people. I think we'll do this card campaign. Well, actually, I'll probably end out the week in game and then probably wrap it up. If I can engage Shabir on an emotional level, he's likely to be an excellent source of juicy gossip. By which I mean potential leads, of course. I'm professionally nosy. You're Shabir, right? I'm Kuyili, Shintu's friend. Friend, eh? Thought you were his boss. Technically, we're a non-hierarchical. Oh, yes, fine, I'm his boss. Yeah, seriously. Like, I burned myself making, like, chicken cutlet bits the other day, and last thing I need is one of them to get fucking burned. Okay, tell me what you saw. People tend to open up once their emotions are engaged. Oil spill active on board. Max out one of Shabir's stats. Okay. When you max out any of your opponent's emotional energies, set them on fire. You will get extra turns, unlock new arguments and conversations. Our on-fire states are sticky. They will stay at 40 until the next meeting or until the energy goes on. Another energy goes on fire. Okay, let's see. I want to prove that resilience is responsible for the oil spill. I want to bring them to justice. Is justice even possible so soon after the crime for the people who have been harmed? I can imagine revenge, even restitution. But justice? I think that happens before or long, long after. I've never made it, and I want to. Fish kills. There's a fish kill every few months these days. Fish dying in droves. You might think, doesn't that make the fishermen's jobs easy? Just scoop them up. But trust me, you don't want to eat these fish. Okay. Okay. Yeah. To max out one of them. I'm close to maxing out his mine, but let's see, does this fit anywhere? Tempura fried eggs, green beans, and pickles. Ooh, tempura fried pickles sounds really good. You think it's insulting for God to be given the rights of a person? I think anything that gives the river agency could never be insulting. Maybe. Gods can be touchy. Go drinking together. No objection here. Add 1 trust. The effects of the last claim are triggered again at half strength. Oh, there we go. Mine's on fire. Maxed out Shabir's mind's energy. They are now on fire. Shabir unlocks a new deck of claims and retort. You can get 1 extra turn to discover a new side of them. Something tells me your eyes are open to the secret web of connections that lie under the surface of the world. I think I'm in for an interesting time. Yeah, that does sound good. Their plan. You know who's responsible for what happened in Missouri? Responsible for all horrors? The transnational global elite crime syndicate. They profit off our misery and are also a pedophile ring. Is it just me, or is she actually making a weird kind of sense? Anyway, he's clearly been spending a lot of time online. It's the 5G signals. Oh no. Guts on fire. You know the real reason the river is dying? They say it's the pollutants, the port expansion, but it's the 5G signal. No, it's not. I see what it does to the fish. They're dying in the thousands. Can you imagine what it's doing to our brains? The 5G? He steps closer and lowers his voice. You've seen the new smart poles, haven't you? Installed by Resilience Telecom. They've bought off the government. Okay, brother. I don't think so. But okay. Let's see. Oh, now his guts are on fire too. I have 2 possible things I can do. I'm so tired of feeling helpless, feeling small. I want to do something, fight back. Okay. Let's do this one. Tell me what you saw. Shabir gives me a sudden grin. You're not just here for a casual chat, are you? Shouldn't you tell me you're investigating the fire on the river? Didn't we? Brother. I saw something very interesting the night before. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Mystery oil tanker. Alright, let's go drinking together. Shabir and I feel suddenly utterly aligned. He fiddles with his mustache, leans a bit closer, and asks, "Hey, shall we get really, really drunk together?" It's midday. We can get to know each other, I guess. Another time. We can get to know each other, I guess. That's the spirit. Get it? I have to save that one up to tell my daughters later. I look at Shabir's hopeful little face, and the part of me that wants to be utterly irresponsible wars with the adult inside that I should listen to more. Come on, Kuyili. Don't be boring. Hell yes. Boring? Me? I've agreed to go before I know it, and Shabir laughs uproariously. I knew you'd say yes. We're similar souls underneath the outer decoration. We stop at Shabir's house and pick up some liquor, which we carefully wrap in newspaper. I carry a bottle in a cloth bag. He manages to twist it in his lungi somehow. I don't know what that is. Forget the toddy shop or the Iraq place. I know somewhere. We take a turn west from the nearest road into a copse of trees, just thickly vegetated enough that we're hidden away, and Shabir hands me a thick glass tumbler with clear liquid in it. What shall we toast to? The dead god? Please, anything else. Why would you want to bring curses down on my head, child? 3 toasts in, everything starts to go a little hazy, but we don't stop there. Nice. I wake up at dawn. Why is my bed sweaty? Yes. Because it's the fishing boat. A group of irate fishermen help untangle me from the fishing nets and pull me out of their boat, which they need, because it's morning. When people go, oh god, work. Shabir is nowhere to be seen. The rascal. I make a few half-hearted apologies to the fishermen and drag my throbbing, decrepit carcass home. Hopefully there's just enough time for a quick shower before the team meeting in the morning. Shabir waves me goodbye cheerfully, but then lapses into thought. But I thought you couldn't see where he was. There are depths to him I've only begun to wade into. I guess. Oh, I guess I could have done that too. Remember, we have to pace ourselves. If any of us need some downtime, we should take it. We're making good progress, I think. Let's keep looking into Rashab, unearth the skeletons that are definitely in his closet. There's also lots going on at the port. I think it's time for another chat with my fisherman friends. You know who else we need to get on board with the trial? You don't mean no. Yes, your friend Umana Gutan. Ugh. His NGO will have a lot of valuable information. We could really use their help. You'll have to deal with him carefully. Mental illnesses sometimes don't like exit. Yeah, that's true. 1 card to keep. I want to make sure he's properly intimidated right from the start. Just try not to make him hate us more than he already does. Nice. I set up 6 different accounts. Now all we need is a content plan. Beautiful. Oh, everyone's busy covering the upcoming mayoral election. We need to find an angle that they'd be interested in. Not helpful, dude. Okay. Protest against port. Talk to fishermen. Alright, send you over here. And I'm missing is. Yeah, let's do a story mission. Text me if you need anything. Some instinct of mine tells me that the answers I'm looking for will be found at a toddy shop, a shack where a working man can drink toddy, freshly fermented palm sap, and eat delicious hot snacks. You must try the mutton fry and crab roast. Alright, we're gonna order a jug of toddy and beef fry. The boy behind the counter gives me an approving nod. This place is known for the tenderness of its beef fry, and rightly proud. Oh, look at that. I wait, listening to the conversation around me. Be sensible. I don't want to get too drunk, but you're not exactly supposed to linger over toddy. I don't hear anything more than the usual toddy shop chatter, but good things come to those who wait. Drink a cup of toddy. Delicious. Very delicious. I should be careful. Toddy's dangerous. Feels easy going down, but can hit hard. My faith in my toddy shop instincts wavers a bit. The people thronging the place chatter away, but I don't hear anything that makes me sit up. Resist the sweet fermented siren song. Being sensible, stay. I'm a professional. Finally, I hear something useful. The men at the next table over work for the Port Authority. Stay tactically sober and get them drunk. Impress them with my alcohol tolerance. Make friends with them sincerely. No, eavesdrop. Make friends with them sincerely. Some nights are just unlucky. I managed to come across as condescending and pitiable by turns. Not a winning combination. Their dislike for me feels as palpable as a monsoon rainstorm. Rip. Right, any card on the board. I slink away soon after, having missed my chance tonight. I head out into the night. My father's house isn't far, and it's been too long since I paid them a visit. My Acha greets me at the door. Walking around alone late at night? Really? But honestly, it's nice. We drink coconut water and chat for an hour or two. I update him on my case. By the time I go to bed, my heart feels fuller. Okay. How are we all feeling now? It's the end of the week. Please, open another packet of biscuits, will you? Done. Some friends recommend I visit a short seller called Sister Divine in the commercial district. She's willing to lend us her old tech. What's a short seller? Some kind of really impressive tech finance investigation thing. Her whole setup was painfully cool. Honestly, it was a little unnerving. My god. One of my uncles said the dredging delayed the opening of the new port. You are not helping. Okay. There's definitely something fishing going on. Was that a joke? Please stop. Let's see. I'm gonna try it again. And let's meet Umana Kutan. Text me if you need anything. Parachute is a local NGO which has campaigned against the port expansion since it was announced. They have meticulous archives and a web of connections that would be invaluable to us. Unfortunately, it's run by their executive director, the vulture-like Umana Kutan. He has a grudge against us. He hates me personally. He hates everyone equally. He hates me personally. I've never fully understood why. I've always suspected it's because he hates joy, and I'm a personal manifestation of it. Your ADHD deleted Tusk Love. Oh, no. Then again, he did once call me hopelessly naive and wildly arrogant at the same time, which is almost admirably unusual. So, you know, maybe it's... I find... Oh, see, now that he only has one O. Omana Kutan at a tea stall on the beach, smoking a beady with a look of irritation on his vulture face. And that's even before he sees me. I don't bother with small talk and launch directly into our plan. So the river burned with my own eyes. Very special. So did half of Missouri's. So much for giving the Perrier the legal right of personhood. Really effective strategy. We can use that. The river is now a person, right? So we could say that the river isn't dead. It was murdered. We know who the murderer is, don't we? Brazilians in their port expansion. The river is just the start. They're killing our city. I want to put Rashab Rai on trial for murder. Seriously, another symbolic court case? Not if we win, and even if we don't, a murder trial like this will generate enormous publicity. We use this vehicle to expose resilience, prove the harms caused by the port expansion, turn public opinion against them. If we play our cards right, we can shut down the port expansion permanently. This player's mind has changed. The effects is halved, but always counts as positive. Okay. Boredom is merely evidence of an incurious mind. I am morally opposed to the very idea of boredom. Okay. Sometimes the claim you want to play doesn't connect to anything on the board yet. To find the right connecting cards, you can right-click on any claim to explore its known connections. Okay. Okay. Murder. Mystery oil tanker leads to trial for murder. Okay. Tinsin. Let's see.
For 3 around him.
The public anger about the oil spill presents the perfect opportunity to go after resilience and their port expansion. You can prove their complicity, or are you just assuming everything terrible that happens in Muziris is because of them? Okay. Did that not work? Bullshit. Denies the claim of 2. I forget what that stands for now. Or less removes 1. Okay. Bullshit. How can I take you seriously when you can't even prove there was an oil tanker? Come back when you've done your homework. Fuck. Omana Kutan has denied your claim, reversing all of its effects. You can't connect a denied card. Increase mystery oil tanker's credibility to 4 diamonds to overturn his denial claims. Oh, credibility. Okay. Okay, I don't. Rhetoric card, which is these. But. Not letting me. Oh. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot for sure. Oh well. I'm not even sure I really believe in the law at all. But I still practice it because I'm a coward. Okay. What was that you said about me taking on the river rights case? Do you remember? I said it was a doomed attempt at upending the Indian regulatory framework driven by narcissism rather than good sense or judgment. Care to eat your words, or I framed that quote? I framed that quote. You really should not be allowed to speak to journalists, but just so you know, I framed that article and put it on my bathroom wall. Smugness doesn't suit you. Let an old man have his curmudgeonly thoughts. Still, you presented a half-decent case. Even I can admit that. Out of turns. Blech. Bummer. This week went quickly. Any updates before we break? I met the families of some fishermen who died recently in the estuary. They blame Rishab's company. Fishermen are dying. Nice. One of my uncles said the dredging delay. Yeah, we got that already. There's definitely something fishy going on. Was that? Had that conversation already. Weekend. Thank God it's the weekend. All right. She'd level that up. Don't let me catch you working. We spend as much time painstakingly oiling and restoring the snake boat as we do on the water. It's a beautiful piece of craftsmanship stored in the workshop of local artisans. Paint fish eyes on the prow, no mouthful of teeth, the curve of a kite wing for speed. Curve of a kite wing for speed. One of the boys says a prayer to the river god, asking for good winds and safe passage. The painted wing seems to flutter. Nice. A new week begins. Alright. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I'm trying to do this quickly so I can wrap before the ad starts. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Sorry I was gone for so long. I should be back next week with maybe a new project. I'm hoping to be done with this thing by then. And then Saturday games. I don't know what. Maybe we'll do some co-op something and then I'll play some WoW. I don't know, we'll see. But thank you guys for hanging out with me this evening. See you in Discord and next week. We're just gonna wrap. I will talk to you guys next time. Good night.